Hi, it's Stephen here from Son of Nation Wave, and this is day 24 of the November Daily Draws. As we close out the weekend and approach a new week, let's see what message we get. And I'll be taking the first card from Ellen Dugan's Witch's Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Here we go. We have the Four of Swords. So perhaps today, at this moment, we're not to be overthinking anything. We're not to be analysing everything. We've got to give our minds a break, let our thoughts settle. Sometimes we can be thinking too much about something, and the more we think about it, the more confused and the less clear things become. So there comes a time we have to lay these thoughts and ideas down for a bit. Just step away from them, take a break, do something else, relax, and maybe and come back to them later with a fresh mind. When you say, just come back with a fresh pair of eyes, fresh, like involving someone else perhaps. That's a way of getting fresh eyes, somebody getting an objective viewpoint, or just our own fresh eyes that we've had a moment away from thinking about something and trying to sort it out in our heads and just getting more and more muddled in our minds. That sometimes it's just we need to let it go for a while and do something else, let it rest. And maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe there's an issue or there's some issues that we just need to put down. Now it's not the day, now's not the time to be dealing with that. Yes, it will need to be dealt with probably, but now's not the time. But we can just give it a rest for a while and go back to it later. The current state in which we're in is not the best. It's not conducive to clear thinking. So we need to change that. We need to alter our state of mind, our state of being first, so that when we come at it fresh. And perhaps then we'll see things that we didn't see before. We'll realize things we didn't realize before. Things will occur to us that wouldn't have occurred to us. Something will jump out at us in the thinking process that had no way of being seen because our thoughts were too muddled before. So there is value in stepping away from that process just for time and regathering ourselves, refreshing ourselves, resting, coming away from focusing on those particular issues or that particular issue and coming back to it at a later date. And I think that's what this card is advising us to do. But maybe there's something within our lives, within our thought life that we're just not getting that clarity on. We're just not getting that clear answer or way of thinking about the way for the way forward. And the more we think about it, the less clear, the more unclear it becomes. And so there is no benefit from continuing to keep at it this way, because the more we do it, the worse it'll get. So we need to step aside, as I say, step back from it. Maybe that will help us to gain some objectivity about it by putting it down for a while and coming back to it later. So whatever it is, now's the time to just step away, let it go for a time, put it down, and give it a rest, and then go and do something relaxing, do something fun, do something that will release any tensions or whatever. Will just put your mind onto something else that's less serious, that there's less taxing upon it, so it gives your brain and your mind a rest. Do something that loosens that up and dispels some of those cloudy thoughts in your mind and fills it with something else, bit lighter, and then you can come back to it later with fresh eyes and a clearer mind. So that's what this card is suggesting to us today. Okay, let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Okay, here we go. The wise one. We need some wisdom in the situation, and the wisdom, first of all, is to step aside from it. That's where the wisdom comes. Also, it may indicate, because it's the wise one, maybe we get some advice and some wisdom from someone else but not at the moment. Now, it's not the time to address it, but when it becomes time to go back to it, if we still can't see it, maybe then we need to get some advice from somebody that we know has a bit of wisdom and experience, and maybe have a fresh insight for us. But we can gain insight ourselves and wisdom ourselves by taking that break from it. Grow within your current situation. And maybe part of that growth is learning when to let go of something, to stop overthinking something, to put it down for a while, go and do something else, as I've suggested, and then come back to it fresh. And maybe that's where we'll learn the wisdom of that, and that will help us to grow. Then we'll see something, and that helps us to grow and learn how to manage our thinking processes more effectively and more wisely. So it's time to put these things down for a while and then come back to it later, and maybe gaining some more objectivity, some wisdom for ourselves and a fresh viewpoint, and if need be, getting a fresh viewpoint from someone else whose judgment we trust. So that, I believe, is the advice and the message of the cards today. Okay, so that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow as we start the new week with day 25. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.